New developments in the scandal surrounding the former IT aide to Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and this week's House Republicans held hearings on this very case. House Judiciary Committee member Congressman Louie Gohmert is one of those holding the hearings, was really disgusted by the lack of turnout and interest on the other side. But first, tell me about this guy, what he's been accused of, and why we should care, Congressman.
Well, it is absolutely phenomenal. But first of all, I know there's been statements, well, we feel sure there was nothing classified that was gained by the Awans. He has been working on Capitol Hill for 12 years or so. He's worked for at least 62 different Democratic members, and one fired him pretty quickly for incompetence. But on the Hill, you're limited in how much you can make. And when he against $160,000 as the max, working part-time for different members, he would get another family member enrolled, and they would start making, and then they'd max out around 160, and he'd get another. He got up to 5 family members, other friends, and anyway, it's really unclear who did the computer work for these different folks. I was shocked to find out this week that when we were hearing people talk about this, that did the investigating, that a lot of years he'd spend 3 months or more in Pakistan and operate and work on our computers here on Capitol Hill remotely from Pakistan. I'm not really trusting in the Pakistani internet.
So he's problematic. He had passwords, he had access, and he was never really in attendance.
We had passwords because with WikiLeaks stuff, emails showed that some of the Democratic National Committee workers were going, hey, we need Debbie Wasserman Schultz's password to get into her laptop, her iPad, and they said, check with Imran. He knows all of them.
All right, Congressman, so now it's time for a hearing to get to the bottom of this. Who's showing up? No one.
Well, it was the people we asked to show up came because we can't compel the FBI or somebody like that to come at a gathering like this was, because it was not a formal hearing. We were just wanting to gather information, and hopefully our leadership would become more interested, because this is serious stuff. It turns out that not only was he often operating computers remotely, we find out that Becerra, Congressman Becerra, that's now Attorney General out in California, that there were 5,400 at least unauthorized accesses to his computer, and it turns out the Awans had loaded different Congress members' clouds and servers onto one so that anybody could access it without authorization. It's terrible.
I'm curious to see what you guys get out of this. Thanks so much for joining us, Congressman Louie Gohmert.
Well, there's hundreds of potential charges.